The studio has certainly come a long way in 30 years. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 Naughty Dog games. Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we're looking at the best work to come out of Naughty Dog since its inception in 1984. Number 10, Jak and Daxter, the Precursor legacy. After the massive success of their Crash Bandicoot games, many players were left asking, what now? What's Naughty Dog's next big thing? The answer was, of course, Jak and Daxter. Regarded today as one of the PlayStation 2's classic titles, the title kept players engaged with its astounding animation, witty dialogue and humor, and absence of loading screens, which was a true accomplishment considering the time it was released. Of course, you also can't forget its unique art style, using vibrant colors and detailed textures that really brought the world to life. Naughty Dog really hit it out of the park with this gem, and it definitely wouldn't be the last time we'd see this dynamic duo in action.
Jak? Wow! Put it on ice, big guy!
Number 9, Uncharted 3, Drake's Deception. As the last Uncharted game to grace the PS3, fans of the franchise had high expectations for Drake's Deception, and it pretty much ended up blowing them out of the water. It set the bar for what adventure games should be, one long thrill ride of action and mystery. Additionally, the story's pretty shocking too. The scenery is awe-inspiring and it's filled to the brim with truly unforgettable moments and cinematic set pieces. Come on, it's an Uncharted game, you know how this goes. Number 8, Jak II. It's not often you see a sequel derail from its predecessor's gameplay and still succeed, but Jak II is one of those few games that manages to do it. With less focus on platforming and more focus on action, Jak II leaned harder into some third-person shooter elements, and not everyone was exactly happy about the change at the time. But those who stuck around were treated to a game with a darker tone in its story, improved graphics, and some really fun and fluid gameplay. Yeah, we understand if the game was just a bit too hard for some players, but trust us, the persistence often paid off.
This place has too much excitement. We need to move back to the country.
Number 7, Crash Team Racing. The fact that Naughty Dog had zero experience in making a kart racer and still managed to pull it off on the first try really speaks to their quality as a team. Crash Team Racing had everything going for itself to give a certain plumber a run for his money. Each track provided players with boosting opportunities and shortcuts to keep races intense and risky. The gameplay also challenges you to improve your drifting skills and experiment with jumping off ramps at the right time in order to zip ahead. Also, that semi-open world adventure mode, really cool. Number 6, Crash Bandicoot 2, Cortex Strikes Back. In comparison to the first Crash Bandicoot game, Cortex Strikes Back made things much more enjoyable for players. While the individual stages were much easier to get through, the real challenge was reaching that 100% completion rating for the true ending. Crash 2 also introduced some cool concepts for levels, which added more opportunities for more memorable moments. Yeah, Crash 2 hit all the marks, but whether it was the best in the series remains a debate amongst fans. Number 5, Uncharted 4, A Thief's End. The last chapter in the Nathan Drake saga ends the story with a bang. The visuals are definitely more stunning than the Uncharted games had ever been, since it was, on a new console. But combat is also more diverse and intense, and the game encourages more exploration than the past titles too. As for the narrative, every character feels truly fleshed out here, and the story kept players pretty engaged with twists and turns. Uncharted 4 garnered a number of accolades, with many naming it 2016's Game of the Year. And while the story might be over for Nathan Drake, it is far from over for the franchise. We're pretty sure.
I just need Sam.
Wait, now you're making a mistake.
Don't listen!
Number 4, Jak III. Okay, so we can all agree that Naughty Dog really knows how to wrap up their overarching stories, right? Jak III was not just a great ending to the Jak and Daxter trilogy, but it was the best we've had of the series. The story was immense, the humor was probably the funniest, and there were even more guns to unleash hell upon those who stood in your way. Naughty Dog deserves praise for its technical achievements too, because the animations are smooth and the game runs with basically no hiccups. But most importantly, it was a ton of fun. Number 3, Crash Bandicoot 3 Warped. Ooh, that intro gives you chills every time, eh? Warped was everything that Naughty Dog had learned so far, and it significantly improved on a lot of stuff while adding more variety to the gameplay. You were rewarded with extra moves after every boss fight, time relics made the 100% completion even more challenging, and Crash's sister Coco made her debut as a playable character, more or less. When it comes to the Bandicoot's legacy, for our money, we say that number 3 is the best. Come on, fight me, bro.
Give me the mask! With it I shall take over the world! Come on!
Number 2, Uncharted 2 Among Thieves.
No, crap!
Don't get us wrong, we loved every minute we've spent with Nathan Drake and company on their adventures, but in the end, Uncharted 2 comes out on top for a handful of reasons. Every scene is visually stunning, from the breathtaking landscapes to the explosive action sequences. Speaking of sequences, the entire game is like watching one of the best action movies ever conceived. As such, you'd think a single-player campaign would be enough, but Naughty Dog took it a step further and added a pretty kick-ass multiplayer mode too. This company's pretty good to their fans.
Hey, check it out. Marco.
Really?
Come on.
No.
Marco.
Number 1, The Last of Us. It's emotional, it's tense, and it's responsible for spilling the tears of millions. The Last of Us may not have the best levels, best combat, or even the best puzzles in any Naughty Dog game, but what brings everything together is its compelling story, brilliant writing, exceptional voice acting, and original characters. But it's almost hard for us to talk about the game without spoiling anything. As you journey through the zombie-infested America, you'll find yourself captivated by the beautiful environments and observing the relationship between Joel and Ellie. A long-awaited Part 2 was announced at PSX 2016, but there's still no release date. So if you haven't yet, what you waiting for? Pick this up and get up to speed before the sequel comes out. You won't regret it.
Oh, is that everything you hoped for?
Jury's still out. But man, can't deny that view.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo and subscribe for new videos every day.